You're going pretty fast. How fast are you going?
No, shit, I get it.
So let's run.
It is tactile. Sometimes I hit it unintentionally. I go 5.4.
Let's see, I try to do about 5,000 steps. I haven't made it to any day yet. I always stay at 4,800, 4,900. I also don't know more or less how far I have to go to make them. You know, because I don't start at the same speed as I'm going at a steady pace. The first 5 minutes I go up progressively to warm up, now 5 with 4. I've got 1,200 steps, 11 minutes. I have to do 45 minutes. I'm still going to raise it more anyway. At 5.8 at the most, I'll get there. I'm also telling you, when it starts to be busted, maybe I throw myself on top of the tape. My legs still hurt. They hurt a lot. I think it's good for me to do the cardio, to loosen up my legs a bit. It hurts, but it's good for me. I also feel my back. What a disgusting life, man. All right, good morning, everybody. We're in a new video. We're in a Q&A, really. But I want to do it throughout the day, and I want to make it a little bit more lighthearted than normal. We saw it on CBAM, and we liked the concept of going throughout the day, asking the questions. We have put a little box on Instagram for you to ask questions. Marta is going to select the best ones, or the ones she thinks are the best, and we'll give it a try. I'm going to start training. During the training, I don't think she will ask me anything, right?
No sé, da igual.
But throughout the day, yes. So well, we started the day with the chest.
Sigue. Sigue. Ahí. Tres. Cuatro. Vale, sube. Sigue. Sí. Dos más. Una más.
It's getting hard for me, huh? Damn, I'm beat and it's Tuesday.
How are you?
Fucked up. I'm getting hard at fucking chest training.
Just getting started, huh?
It's because it's this exercise, and I have to say it.
Already.
It's for starting the exercise here. It also starts, and as the first exercise, it pumps me, into the muscle itself, Let's go. First sit. You do increase the weight, don't you?
I do one more and see.
First question, what did you enjoy most about training with Presti?
I can't tell you. Everything. The heavy training above all. It freaked me out. Even the arm. I thought, where are you going with the 40? Have you seen that? There are 45s that go there. I'll do it if you want, but you're crazy.
You wouldn't choose any training, maybe back training, right?
I had a good feeling. It was very heavy. Very, very heavy. It took a long time. Plus it was like everything. Like the 5th super heavy exercise.
What's wrong? Does it hurt?
But this is hard.
I see.
I mean, I have the body aching from yesterday.
Qué bien hechas, vamos.
Sigue.
Va. Sigue.
Va.
Sube, sube.
Va.
Vuelve así, bro. Vuelve así. Junta. Cuidado. Aire. Aire. Dentro. Aire. 3 más.
No sueltes, Joan, aprietas al final. Aprietas, va, eso es.
Bueno. Una más.
Pecho arriba, no metas hombro.
Buena, ¿eh?
Es buena, buena. La de apretar esa final es buena, ¿eh? Me estás soltando mucho al final.
Sueltas porque...
Porque te ayuda.
Sí, pero yo te dejo tampoco para que te abras.
No, pero está bien, porque la última parte estoy haciendo más fuerza. Aunque me tenga que ayudar, pero me va guay.
Dámelo hasta aquí. 2 más. Vale, vuelve tú. Vamos. Clavo, clavo. Vamos. Sí. Vamos, bombea. Sigue. Vuelve tú. Sigue. Dos más.
Te ves mejor en persona. Okay, another question. What do you think Segrelis brings to your preparation?
He's crazy. Everything. He is also preparing.
Can you say that? Oh, okay.
He is also preparing to compete, so we are both in competition mode. In fact, he competes, for sure. I don't. Not me, you first. Regardless of what happens, sure. How much do you have left?
3 or 14 weeks. It should.
That's it, guys. What's in it for me? The craziness of the day, really. No, but at the end of the day, it's someone I've trained alongside many times when we were little, and you have to take it further. And it's still really the same, isn't it?
Yes, we need to put more intensity into it.
It's all a bit. It's good punctuality. He's always here, every day, at the same time. We arrive, we have like the same routine. I told him, let's see if he'll get it. Because really, imagine I come back from a trip, I don't know what, you arrive late, you arrive at 1 in the morning, at 2 in the morning, and you say, wow, tomorrow I'll train later. Well, the routine, what you have to do, you have a date, you get ready, whatever, and that's it, you know. It's like that commitment to another person, it adds up. Apart from taking it beyond training, being 100%, always trying to be here.
If you are one, you relax a little more.
100%, quite a lot.
It tends to relax, and in preparation.
In preparation the last few weeks, I think it is key when last year we trained every Monday leg, and the change was huge in the legs. I told him, man, if we train all like this, and we're training everything like this, really. Obviously the legs is a lot more nerve-wracking, a lot more visual, but for example, the back is sucking, right?
It sucks. Back and leg.
The back and the leg, either from the front or from the back. Yes, the leg as a whole, even the calf gets hard. The gluteus also gets super hard. It's super positive because in the end, chest training is easier to make it strong. With anyone, however, and everything or by yourself, but back training is not so easy to do hard. What I want is for the end of the week to come. and be half bad from the fact of the general tiredness of the body. And we're getting there. That's the goal.
They ask you, what's been your favorite exercise for your quadriceps and for shoulder? Oh, by the way, what happened to the asparagus?
I ate them and asked Fran, do I have to eat the asparagus? He said, no. And I said, okay. And that's it. That's where it stayed.
He just threw them away.
Oh, you threw them away? Better. They disgust me a lot. They are not bad, but I think they have to be very well made to be good.
I've just made them, I think, too. You eat them raw.
Let's see, best muscle. That is best exercise for each muscle.
Which ones do you like the most?
For quadriceps and shoulder. Let's see, for shoulder lateral raises, sitting strict, they are a very good option.
Very good.
And if not, also the machines that are cable and that you pick up with your fist. I love them. I love the one I did with Urs. In the powerhouse, there are also some like that. I like that one a lot. They're older usually. They're not as common.
Right?
It was not the same. For me, the handle has to be like that so that it is halfway down the body.
Not in front, right?
Of course, that you don't do it from the front, that you put yourself in the middle. I like that a lot. And leg, that's a good question, actually. To be honest, what I think focuses you most on the quadriceps is the quadriceps extension on the machine. What I like the most, because it also makes you go crazy, the hack. The hack, I think, I tell Segrelis, this goes beyond pure leg training. This is on a mental level. This is a victory that you win every week, you know? Having a really bad time here, ending up screwed, it's a victory that you take with you and you're mentally stronger for the rest of the week, you know? And you're constantly making it harder and harder. It's an exercise that you're never indifferent to, you know? And this has nothing to do with the question, but the Bulgarian squat I'm suffering. I'm having a hard time doing normal flat series.
Where are we today?
This is from Malibu, I think Santa Monica, or Los Angeles, I don't know exactly. I found this channel, and to put it in the background, it's really cool.
It's very cool.
But I've also noticed the channel doesn't have many places. It's just in Los Angeles or in California. Not just in Los Angeles, but in California.
Does it have many views?
Yes.
Is that this? I mean, it's
It is perfect.
a long video playing in the background?
In 8K, it's a good video. It's really cool. And they always do it at sunset. They always do. It's very nice, really. It is well done.
They drive a truck, don't they? Or what is it? Look,
Good question.
shadow looks huge.
I don't know. But I don't know how they do it to make it look so frontal.
What's your biggest motivation today?
That's a good question. I don't really know.
What do you mean you're highly motivated?
Training?
No, but
Yes, probably training, but I don't know either. At a vital level, it's like very complicated. Bodybuilding, probably.
what is the biggest motivation? Something more short term, like saying I'm motivated because I want to do my best, because I want to...
Getting better every day. I really am. My focus is to get better every day. To get better and only get better. It is every day. I mean, I have no other idea than that it's every day. I just know that tomorrow I have my back and it's going to be the best day of my back. So with everything. Yes, that's all I have. I don't have like much vision beyond that. I know what I can be capable of and that's it. And tighten it up, right?
Yeah, okay. Another question. Have you felt any difference when you're doing sit-ups?
No. To be honest, no. In fact, I've made the fake one that I do sit-ups, but I'm not doing it to see how people would react. It's a joke. I'm doing it, but I don't feel the difference. I think abs are fine to work on and so on, but the clear representation of abs is the low-fat percentage.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think it really changes.
And bad abs can actually produce worse consequences.
You don't have to train abs senselessly, huh? You have to be very mindful of how you do them, squeezing the belly inward and so on. Without swelling of the abdomen, all that in bodybuilding affects a lot. Then you can get diastasis or anything. You have to be very careful.
Overdevelopment of the oblique.
Yes. For example, we wanted to try to work the serratus, but we put ourselves, and I said, no, we can't do that. That's not developed. I mean, I have stiffness in the oblique, and I don't want to be working on the oblique in case I have a wider waist or whatever. I just don't want to. I don't want to. I mean, it's something that is very clear to me. I mean, really.
They have also asked, what is the purpose of hypopressives? Because they see that there are many athletes who do it, but do not know what it is for.
Honestly, I would tell you to control your abdomen on top of the stage. You learn to breathe. And then the abdominal vacuum, which is implicit in the hyperpressive exercises. Aesthetically and visually, you may like it more or you may like it less in terms of posing. Personally, I like it better, and I think your waist looks slimmer.
There is also one thing they do in hypopressive exercises that relaxes the diaphragm. There is always something like a manual therapy of the diaphragm itself that relaxes it a lot. And this is very noticeable to Joan because the upper abdominal cavity is much more marked when she does the vacuum, weighing about 128 kilos.
When I lose 10,
When you are more defined, you will look much better.
it's going to look good. Yes, it will look much better. I am convinced. I don't have class today. It's a holiday here in Valencia.
You're going to have to do it now.
Yes, I'll do here a little bit, but I don't have class, but I really like going to class better.
Yeah.
It's that the class, we do everything very well, you know? In class, it's like, let's warm up well.
And a moment of relaxation as well.
Yeah, you don't have your cell phone, you totally turn it off. You get out of the house, you go to other places, you kind of go to that specifically. It's not like at home. If they ring the doorbell, you get completely distracted, you know? No.
Yes. Let's continue with the route that we still have 2 or 3 hours to go.
This one is short.
Is it short? The views we have of the sea are brutal. Let's finish. What time is it?
41 past 8.
How was your afternoon?
I am very tired. But I'm not going to say it because you say I'm complaining. I'm tired. I don't know if I'm half sick or what the fuck, but something is wrong with me. I just ache all over.
You beat yourself up in training.
Yes, it's from training. I think it's from training because I can't be sick forever either. You know, it can't be all, I don't know really. It's a little weird. But, well, I'm taking medication. I hope I don't get sick.
I don't think you are sick.
It's good, huh? I beat myself up in training. Mostly I still have food. All of it. When I see it's unfeasible, I'll cut back on training. 100%. But right now it seems crazy to me that it forces me to sleep more, that it forces me to be home more. And that's it. And keep on recovering.
That's it.
It's just that I'm not losing weight yet. I'm at normal, really, so to speak. There.
I believe that you are recomposing
I know, recomposing, but I'm not losing weight.
already, but that means not recomposing as well.
Yes, but...
The fat percentage is decreasing.
Yes, that's right.
Which bodybuilder do you think you look like physically?
Who would you say? That's a good question.
Self.
You tell me, do you know what happens? I look alike by appearance, not by physique. If I had to say, it's impossible for me to tell you someone I don't remember him, but I would tell you people. They all, moreover, agree on the same thing. Dallas J. Cutler, Nick Walker, Dorian Yates, all of them why? Blondies. White, like the wall. So really, I don't get my inspiration from looks. It comes to me because they look alike, you know? Actually, well, I mean, not structural. You know what I mean?
Yes, the appearance.
Real appearance of the face, everything. I can't tell you, really. I can't tell you. All the ones I've told you look good to me. I wouldn't mind looking like them, but I can't tell you. They seem very complicated to me, really. If I had to say of those, which one I really like? Dorian. Yeah, Dorian, I tell you.
DJ Cutler, no?
Yes, but Dorian more.
See.
Different, but I would go with Dorian if I have to choose.
I don't know who you look like, really. I'm thinking.
It's by appearance. It's always going to come to you by appearance, because we're never going to say a black person.
I think you have a similar physique, although people will say the opposite to Brandao. I mean, especially now that you are not yet a super developed physique. Because Brandao is a physique that's... He's not really... I mean...
You know who could also tell you? Reagan. You don't look like him. He's too tall. I don't know if you remember when you took a picture with Brandao, which I accidentally deleted. I don't know if you remember. You deleted that photo.
I inadvertently formatted the card. Sorry, don't get mad.
It was in Las Vegas, 2022.
Yeah. Well, you'll get another one on stage, don't worry. He wasn't much taller. In fact, he was like you in height. I don't think he was taller than you. And then he didn't look that big either.
Your eye closes just like mine, doesn't it?
Pablo Lopez also has his eye closed. It happens to Pablo. You are all one-eyed. What I'm telling you, it seems to me that you have a similar physique. You've got pump in your legs. From the back, he doesn't look impressively good.
I have a lot of pumping in my quadriceps. It's bothering me.
Worried about?
Well, yeah, it seems like overkill to me.
Let's see. It's
He
yours.
stands out.
I would be worried if it wasn't yours pumping. You know what I mean, right? But you are you.
That's it. That's all there is to it.
The problem is that you might get sick, but I don't think you're in that situation right now, you know? Well, let's go on with the questions that are throwing us off. When you are closest to giving up, what do you say to yourself?
Fuck, how reflective we are today.
They're making you think, aren't they?
Also, I'm feeling zero reflective lately. I feel super basic.
You're pretty basic.
The next day better. Yeah, I really think that in the long term, it is a bit like saying, yes, you are worth it. Yes, you are worth it. Yes, you are worth it. And in the long term, that's what you see in the end. So if you stick to the short term many times, you can get demotivated at different times. Whatever people tell you and so on, in a bad period, you are obviously eaten up by everyone. But I know that in the long term, I am worth it and I have a lot of possibilities. At the end of the day, that's what I'm sticking with, that it's going to be the sum of it all.
How do you rate the work you have been doing since you started with a new trainer?
Well, let's see. Bodybuilding work is cumulative. That is, since I started, the first day with Fede begins an accumulation that when I finish my career, everyone will have made a contribution in
Exactly.
all the change, really. So I've been with Fran longer than it seems. I've been with Fran for how many months? I've been with Fran for over half a year now.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It didn't seem like it at first, but if you think about it now, it's been going on for quite a while. What's the most what? Repeat.
What do you value? I mean,
What do I value?
how do you evaluate? I mean, how do you evaluate in the sense of positive, like in general?
Well, he pays a lot of attention to health. He is very attentive. But well, Freddy is also always very attentive, you know? So, well, in the end, it is continuity. What also happens to me with Fran is that I know the people he has made. In other words, I know the people he leads. I know the evolution, for example, of Madelman. I remember he once showed me a picture of Madelman when he started. I think, fuck man, what a physical development. And I know that with me I can do it. And he knows he has a good project with me too, because he told me so. As we have a good project for the future, there are many possibilities we are going to give it to him to carry it out. Besides, I am very young. In other words, we have a lot of time to develop it, and there is a lot of capacity for development. So I really appreciate the confidence he has in me. I mean, he has a lot of confidence in me, always, always. And I think he really wants the best for me. We are working on it.
At what weight would you compete this season? Si compites.
Is that a good question? Honestly, the way I look now at about 128 something or 129, I think it might be somewhere between 112 or 115, probably. No? Everything indicates that this will happen, according to last year. I don't know how much I finally competed in, because I remember that later I talked to Fede and I don't really know how much I competed in. But it was about 110 or 109. I think that competing now between 112 and 115 is possible. Besides, I've always said that my physique weighing 115 being tight can be very, very good and very interesting. And I really think I can get it, you know? I'm not saying it's 115, I don't care how much it is, but I know I can get a very competent physique with a nice structure because luckily I have a nice physical structure. And you have to develop the parts that I want to develop this year, especially. I think I can go between 112 and 115 kilos, depending also on what you bet on each competition.
If you were to go back to the beginning, do you think you would choose open over men's or classic again?
I also think that the category chooses you. In classic, I think I could have tried, but in my opinion, I came from powerlifting and weighing a lot, so it was a bit weird to start in classic, to be honest. But beyond that, the category I like is open, and the category par excellence for me is open. So I don't really know how another approach would have been, because classic amateurs must weigh even less than professionals. So the approach, I don't know how it would have been, but I see it as very complicated. Neither is not the category that strikes me the most. They are nice physiques, but it's not the category that catches my eye the most.
An important thing in classic is that you have to have some art and some grace to pose.
Those other ones that I'm proposing in classic,
If you have problems in open?
I'm screwed, to tell you the truth. I mean, I don't see that grace. I'm a bit arrhythmic.
And men's total brutal. The pants would be fine.
Not for nothing, but it doesn't call to me.
How do you contact top bodybuilders to meet and train with them?
Well, I'll pay you and we'll meet. Just kidding. No, I don't pay them. I don't pay anybody. That sometimes I've heard it. I've seen it in comments.
Milos.
Milos I did pay, but he is a trainer. I hired him to do a training session with him. But to meet with top athletes, never. I don't know that. It's not like that. I don't think anyone would agree to it either. Really, nor am I willing to pay anybody in a forced way to do a video with me. With Milos, I really just wanted to train with him, and I would probably pay him again. I mean, with Milos. With Tom Platz, I would probably pay for it too. But it's hiring a trainer to do a session such as, like when you hire a physical therapist. Basically, that's it. So a lot of the athletes I'm in contact with, a lot of them follow me on Instagram. We follow each other on Instagram. And in the end, sometimes they talk to me too. For example, the Urs thing. He spoke to me. I mean, he didn't talk to me. He put a Q&A. They asked him a question like, when do you want to collaborate with John Pradels? I don't know what he said. When do you want? I answered him and we met. That is an example. I have spoken to others. How can it be? Derek, for example. We met at FIBO. Well, we were already following each other on Instagram. We talked sometime. We met at FIBO, and then we went down there to Tampa and hung out with him. So it usually happens through Instagram. For example, I was recently contacted by a bodybuilder. I'm not going to say it, but he's a super strong and pretty good bodybuilder because he wanted to come and train. And I said yes, that I wanted to go all out, that I felt like it too. He is a guy who is a very strong open, and I really wanted to come. Sometimes I talk to some people and they are also interested many times. It's not just that I want to do things and so on. It is true that there are times when I have done more things than less. For example, with Pacholok, who is a very powerful Brazilian coach. One of the most powerful in Brazil. I remember at Impro, I talked to him. I kept his number. I saw him again at Olympia. I was talking to him. We have talked several times about going to Brazil and so on. We are in the same world of bodybuilding. You dedicate yourself to the same thing and you want to learn and share with other people from other places that in the end does you good and does me good. That's a little bit win-win.
Would it be a demotivation for you not to compete this year?
Probably, because I am focused on competing. I have talked about it many times, especially with Marta. I have talked about it more deeply. And with you, I think I have also shared it a few times. Honestly, I don't want to lose my life. Probably, if I didn't compete, I wouldn't do bodybuilding. It is very important to say I do bodybuilding to compete. Obviously, if I don't compete because of Fran's decision, which is a logical decision, I understand it. I understand it perfectly. And because it's better for my future and for the development of the future, I understand it perfectly and I'm totally fine with it. I would be very upset because I want to compete. And because of what I'm telling you, because in the end I do bodybuilding because I compete. Because I wouldn't be doing hyperpressive classes. I would probably train, but I wouldn't be following such a strict diet. I wouldn't stay in my house locked up for periods of time because I'm dead.
At the end of the day, you are 100% focused right now with the objective of competing, that if it doesn't happen, nothing happens but that in the end.
Nothing happens because it's like we don't compete.
Step forward. And also,
because it is better in the long term. If that's the reason, obviously. In the end, I am super long-term in general, in life, in everything, and I always think long-term a lot. So, it's better in the long term. Perfect. What do you prefer? At 30 to be 5th in the Olympia, or at 35 to be 1st? What do you prefer? Obviously, I prefer not to compete until I'm 35. You know what I mean? It's just an example, that's all. But it's an example of saying if in the long run, it will be better. We are going to do it. But I want to compete. It's just that I feel like it. I feel comfortable with my physique. We have the posing room, which I like. I enjoy training. I bust my butt training. I'm locked in for it. And what I tell you, if I wasn't going to compete this year, I would eat a quiet sushi at the end of the leg day. I would do another free meal on weekends, quietly. With the family or with Marta.
because Fran would tell you no.
But well, you know what I mean? Knowing that I'm not going to compete all year, I'd probably approach it differently. And if I don't have to train one day, I'm super strict, you know? If we have any plans or we have to go, I don't know where, I'd probably take it more relaxed.
We would be traveling more possibly?
Yes, or we would probably travel more. For example, we're not doing as many things outside. Related to bodybuilding as well, but we are not doing so many things outside because I feel like I am in season. I feel like I am in a weight loss period, pre-competition period. In fact, you see my preparation sheet and it says pre-competition. Well, I take it as such. I'm locked in, we're not doing so many things, and if we weren't, we probably would. So I always have that moral dilemma. I don't want to lose my life. I don't want to stop doing things in my life. But if it is to compete, yes, I am looking for that balance. It is complicated, isn't it? You are not young all your life. Let people apply it to themselves. The other day, Jolas came here and I told him so. I don't understand people. There are people who go crazy and I don't understand them. I would say to people today, enjoy much more. Do many more things, especially beginners. Enjoy training, train hard, but live life. Enjoy and everything will come.
Go out party and eat your grandmother's lentil. Take it easy.
Go out to party when you feel like it, and if you like it. I personally don't
like it. You a little didn't see. Of course.
Don't stop doing so many things, you know, because you'll say, I want to be a bodybuilder. Well, maybe, and maybe you will end up being one. But there's a lot of development time, especially when you're little and young, towards becoming one, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing more things in your life. Don't lose your childhood or your youth either.
Very well.
A kiss, guys. Subscribe. See you tomorrow.